Within the context of this episode, there is a great deal to talk about concerning the current condition of Bitcoin. We are going to talk about the comments that Trump made against Bitcoin, including the fact that he is still making an appearance at the conference. We are going to get together in Nashville, where the CEO of Ripple recently spoke to us, and after that, we are going to investigate this relationship. And what are the experts talking about when it comes to both Solana and XRP? Adieu. In addition to that, please take a seat and unwind there. And now let's start talking about the recent jump in the price of Bitcoin, which has reached $2,397, representing a rise of 3.78% in the past 24 hours. As of right now, Ethereum is trading at $3,335, which is an increase of nearly 4%, and it is continuing to grow. As of right now, Ethereum is trading at its dollar peg, which means that $1 worth of USDC is equivalent to 535 XRP. Where do we take the market valuation of cryptocurrencies, which is currently estimated to be $2 trillion and $310 billion, and which we aim to reach 54 cents today? We are climbing, that much is obvious. Exactly, that is it. I believe that is all the information that you require to know. Take into consideration that each of these coins, including Bitcoin itself, is currently in a strong position and has achieved the lowest point in their respective local markets. This is especially true when we re-enter the market and investigate the various price points. We see them as being comparable to July and December. Some of these enormous coins are expected to increase in value by a factor of 10, while others may increase by a factor of 5. I anticipate that the value of these coins will continue to rise. The value of certain coins can increase by a factor of 20, but only if they are invested in a valuable asset. In this particular asset, there is not only a demand for it, but even an additional bonus. If an organization invests in your cryptocurrency and you surpass them, you will receive a larger multiplier, which will make your assets more distinctive than they would have been otherwise. It appears like I will be conducting a live program on Wednesdays, which is the middle of the work week, each and every week. As far as I am concerned, the precise timing is yet unknown. In the afternoon, I think that would be a wonderful time to do it. I believe that this is the perfect moment and place for everything that has to be done. Although I am unsure of how work would go in that circumstance, it is possible that it will take place at either 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. Those who are coming to see me at Eastern Standard Time should hopefully be able to accommodate that time to their schedules. I will be discussing it and making steps to secure it, and as a result, I will make a phone line available to anyone who wishes to ask questions while the program is in progress. You have a reputation for being cautious, and I am aware that there are some people who act in a manner that is similar to that of animals. Regrettably, we are already living in such a world. That being said, we will focus on cryptocurrencies in particular rather than the market as a whole in this discussion. No matter where we are, I will go and get some charts. After everything has been established, we will talk about the plan, and our goal is to keep the show going for 30 to 60 minutes once a week. Yes, I want to multi-stream on each and every one of the networks that are available. There is no fee required to enter. In point of fact, we will be documenting it, folks, since we ought to all be paying great attention to this crucial period in the cryptocurrency markets. I am aware that a lot of individuals have inquiries. Additionally, the question and comment windows will continue to be accessible. To continue with this, I will make an effort to recognize similar questions and comments. The fact that you will also be seeing me is really exciting to me. You are already aware of the proper actions to take. According to Dr. Profit, the next time we get close to the $74,720,000 barrier, we won't have to deal with rejections like we did in the past. On the contrary, we ought to easily observe a breakout reaching $80,000. We have received 4 rejections up to this point. The last time was a bit of an outlier, but we have already approached this region in the range of 72,000 to 74,000 on 4 separate occasions with those numbers. At every single instance, we were met with opposition, which was followed by a subsequent fall. In light of the fact that corrections are typically carried out within the range of 50,000 to 58,000, where do we move from here? When you see Bitcoin being brought back into the spotlight, we are going to prevail. I have had a lengthy conversation on this topic on my channel. As soon as you come across a Bitcoin challenge that falls between the area of $72,000 to $74,000, it is time for you to take action. Today is the time to take action. The only difference is that the price is just starting to go up, and it will eventually reach $80,000 overall. It is my intention to imply that the bull run for Bitcoin has officially begun, which is an indication that we have officially arrived. In spite of the fact that the market is currently optimistic, we are looking forward to a genuine bull run and the subsequent parabolic leap to the top, which is just what Trump is forecasting. There has been a dramatic shift in the circumstances, In spite of the fact that it is completely absurd, he is still planning to go to the Bitcoin conference that will be held in Nashville, which is scheduled to take place in around 2 weeks. According to David Bailey, I recently had a conversation with the teams that the president is responsible for. David Bailey is bubbling over with excitement and is looking forward to your arrival in Nashville with great anticipation. The location where he intends to deliver an enthralling speech that will be appreciated all across the world. To be sure, it is essential that we keep this in mind when we arrive at this location. Bitcoin abhors the right position. Trump asserts that they despise Bitcoin because they have no control over it that they can exercise. When it comes to Bitcoin, I am a huge fan. Despite the fact that this is absurd, when I go back to work, I will be using Bitcoin to support the currency of the United States. What I think to be the case is that he made the statement in April of this year, and if he did, then that would be the end of it. I can't wait to read about the highlights of this Bitcoin conference that took place in Nashville. You believe that this is a peculiar period, don't you? My guess is that he will tell me something in the next 2 weeks, and I want to know what it is. We are confronted with times that are terrifying. It is possible that you are already aware of the fact that the significance of July 13th has recently concluded thus. Let us celebrate this XRP Day, Ripple CEO. Since the 13th of July is the anniversary of the court's decision that XRP is not a security, today is a day that is extremely significant for all of the people who possess XRP and for the ripple effects that his ripple has across the organization. Taurus, we will never exclude that date from our memories. However, while we are watching this movie, it is important to keep in mind that Ripple is a member of the task force that is responsible for expanding interoperability and cross-border payments. Interconnections have been made between the instant payment systems of 5 different central banks structures. Among these are the central banks operating on a global scale, which are laying the framework for cheaper and faster international payments. India, Malaysia, and the Philippines are the regions. This example is offered by Maro Tongan, who works for Bangko Sentral in Thailand and Singapore. It exemplifies the practical benefits that the BI's Innovation Hub provides to its customers. The BI's Innovation Hub not only accomplishes one of the goals of the regional payments, which is to integrate the instant payment systems of ASEAN member nations, but it also provides a myriad of other benefits that we had not even contemplated until discovering its existence. The use of a multilateral system, in which each nation only needs to join once and has already established connections with other nations, is one of the most efficient ways to give people the ability to make payments across international borders. Your ability to know that a transaction is taking place is made possible by the second, which has a global scope. For each participant in the network, the transaction unit costs are reduced as a result of this arrangement, which enables the network to function in corridors that extend beyond ASEAN. Thirdly, ASEAN has a flourishing tourist economy, which has seen more than 100 million visitors in the past 23 years. In addition, tourists from other countries are able to quickly obtain goods and services if they originate from countries that are connected to Nexus. In my opinion, Nexus accomplishes more than one RPC purpose. Nonetheless, we must continue to make progress and become more powerful. Public-private partnerships and international collaboration, which have been the defining characteristics of the work that has been started, are the topics that are going to be the primary focus of the conversation. Pay attention to the fact that you are aware of the connections that exist between the central banks in these INs, particularly those that are located in India and the Philippines, for example. Malaysia, Thailand, and Singapore are all in the process of preparing something, as we are aware. Currently, there is a progress being made in the financial system. The alterations are not hidden from us. It has been stated that SWIFT is transitioning to a distributed ledger technology DLT system. Despite the fact that Ethereum has a bigger number in circulation, experts anticipate that the value of XRP will continue to rise.